Yeah, Mikel Arteta's side heavily criticised for their edged gamesmanship, time wasting, game management, if you like, during the course of the match. And according to a study from Opta, looks like that criticism actually could be valid. The study has revealed that this season, it's a pretty small sample, isn't it? The Gunners top the table as the biggest time wasters, taking over 31.8 seconds between dead ball situations. Joining us for more now on this is, it says here, Master of Dark Arts, the former West Ham and England gaffer, Sam Allardyce. Morning, Sam.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are we?
Yeah, very good. Did you regard yourself as a Master of Dark Arts?
Master of Dark Arts. Aren't we all when we need to be? Depending on what the situation is. I think that when you're playing with 10 men, you're entitled to do what you feel is necessary to get a result against the best team in Europe, if not in the world. And what a sterling job they did of it. I admired. All right, there's always going to be time wasting and stuff like that. I remember Rafa Benitez putting a massive report in on me at Bolton for time wasting at Liverpool. I laughed all the way home because we got a result. So, it happens. And listen, all the best time waste when it suits them. Yes, they time wasted a lot more because they've got 45 minutes with 10 men to try and get through. And that means normally when it happens and there's only one goal in it, the time wasting starts with maybe 5 minutes or injury time where people run the ball into the corner and keep it there and maybe get a knock and go down and waste a bit of time. You'll always notice the goalkeeper will catch the ball with nobody on him and then he falls on the floor and you go, oh, right. And then he gets up. That's another few seconds wasted, So I think the referee could have done more right from the start, personally, not just with the time wasting, but with the physicality of the game. Abbott straight away, collision, bashing into Rodri, and then you go, here we go. But game watching it, loved it. Loved watching the whole game. Thought it was one of the best games this season by far. And there was lots of passion there, lots of effort. In the first half, lots of great football. And in the second half, a master at defending, Mikel Arteta and his coaches. Master at defending.
Sam, when it went down to 10 men at half time, did you think out of all the teams in the Premier League that are suited to defend a lead, probably Arsenal, I looked at and thought, you know what, they're probably as well suited as anybody else to defend that lead?
I agree with you entirely, Stuart. I think that what he has got, he's got everybody back at it. It's not just the back four. It's not just the midfield players. It's the front men. They're all. I mean, I've never seen Saka play left back. Have you? Apart from England, he was right there next to the left back nearly all game, defending with the left back, doubling up and making sure that it was hugely difficult for Man City to win. I mean, you could point at the end because of the time wasting. It ultimately did cost them the 3 points because Man City scored, was it 97th minute, was it? So, a big blow for them, a big blow, because when you've gone that far, it'll feel like a defeat on the way home, Stuart, when it, as we know, and a big 2 points to lose because we know these two are well matched now, and they're going to be top of the league, and who's going to win it this time? And obviously, I think Man City took the edge by nicking that point in the end.
Sam, is there anything we can do about this? Because, the stat there is, Arsenal taking 32 seconds near enough anyway over dead ball situations. We see a lot of convenient cramps during games, players going down with fictitious head injuries. What do we do to stop it?
Well, I think they're doing all they can. We've never seen as much extra time at half time, and certainly at the end of a game, we've never seen 9 minutes and 10 minutes like we're seeing now. That never happened, Jeff, ever. It's only happened last season and happening this season. So there is a lot of time being added on by the officials, and if they appear that that's the situation, then so be it. I mean, if you have a good look at how long the ball's in play, that would be an interesting statistic when you look at it. How long was the ball in play with Arsenal in the second half. Like, 45 minutes, was it ball in play only 28 minutes? Was it in only about 30 minutes? There's a big look at that situation at the moment. But I think the game's quick enough. I don't think you want to quicken the game up at all. But I like the physicality. I like the commitment. I liked everything about the game. You could say it was more like a good old-fashioned game from when the Premier League first started, if you like, because you don't see a lot of that physicality like you did in that match. And people today call it out as, destructive or whatever it might be. But I think it's all in the passion of the game and all the feeling that you get from both sets of players, that how important it is to try and get a point. And I think that is players who normally get a criticism for not trying, or they don't look interested. You couldn't say that about both teams on the game, could you? You couldn't say that at all.
Sam, you've done a lot over your career about looking at other sports. Do you think at any given time that we'll take a leaf out of probably rugby or something like that, where they just send the physio on while the game goes on, as long as it's not in and around the goal mouth, So players, if they do see an injury, the fourth official can send the physio on, the game goes on around it.
Well, I think it's okay, but what would we do if he's injured on the penalty spot? That's probably one of the concerns it might be. Maybe if you could restrict it in the middle of the field, perhaps that would be a good idea. But if it comes to a player injured in his own penalty area, that's where it becomes a bit more different than the game of rugby, So it's worth. You need to experiment on it really and see how you go on. But it's been an idea floated around for quite a long time. Maybe rotate him, Stuart. Maybe have a sub ready, keep him warmed up. An injured player comes off, put one on until he gets better. But I don't think that's a great idea.
A stadium clock is another option, isn't it? That you stop the clock when players stop. But
if players know that the game isn't going to be stopped,
the timekeeper.
The players know that if they do go down and put their hand in the air, the game will get stopped for them. I think if they realise that, hang on, the game isn't going to stop, if they go down with a futile injury or cramp or whatever it may be, then they might be forced to get up a touch more.
It was a good old throwback though, Sam, wasn't it? That's the main thing. It was a smashing game and we all absolutely loved it. So, look,
absolutely.
Good to talk to you again, mate, as usual.
All the best.
Cheers, Sam. Ta-ra.
A couple of interesting texts, actually, and this is absolutely right, because we're talking Opta stats. But according to Opta, the ball was in play in the second half for over 35 minutes in that game, which is the most of any Premier League game this season. So, look, you can make statistics mean whatever you want, can't you, really? But the ball in play for over 35 minutes.
talkSPORT Breakfast, waking you up Monday to Friday morning from 6 a.m. on AM, on DAB, via the talkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. talkSPORT.